right. Next session is a Q&A with Lego, the brand. And we'll hear about how they manage their community strategy online and offline. And we'll have the head of global social media for Lego. He's called Lars Silberbauer Andersen. Lars, join me. Yes, thank you. So we all know Lego, but like in 30 seconds, how old is this company? What are you doing?
In 30 seconds,
yeah.
I can do it less than that. It's 80 years old, so no, but it is a very old company, and it's gone through some good times and some bad times, and we had a downtime about 10 years ago. But since then, we've been growing around 20 to 25% yearly. So it's been growing rapidly for the last 10 years, and that's some of the challenges we have right now, that we're actually growing this far, and we are on 130 markets. And for social media, that's also kind of a challenge to actually do and enable social media in so many markets.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it. But so, like, general question to start with: what's your approach on social media management? So how are you organized? Let's start with this one. Like,
it's a good question, and actually, social media management. I don't really like that term. I don't like the term management and how to manage social media, because again, it goes back to the challenge we have actually growing this fast and being on so many markets. It's really difficult to manage your way out of staying real time in so many markets with so many products and also so many employees. So we tend to use the term enable, how to enable people in social media, how to actually drive the culture of to participate in social media, and also actually just to make sure that people are understanding and that we are empowering the right people in the company to do social media.
Okay, I buy that. How do you do?
Sorry?
How do you do that? How do you
do it, the empowerment by actually spending a lot of resources on education and to educate the frontline staff and actually giving them the ability to decide how to react to things and how to actually do social media and make sure that they have the ability and the resources to act in real time. So it's not just in social media, it's across the whole organization. And right now we have a very good thing going on for us in social media, where we have a kid on YouTube, I don't know, it's way past 1 million views, where a kid has received a Lego set that he has been wanted for a long time. And that's also social media, because it's a company thinking about each individual situation where we actually can connect with the consumer. So that's kind of the way that we want the company to be social in the end.
Do you think for you, your brand is so I mean, it has been around communities for a long time. You had some community management even before social media came, because your product in itself targets communities. So do you think it was easier for you because of this history of having communities? I don't want to say managing communities, so having these communities?
I think it has given, because the company has been investing a lot of resources, a lot of time in actually connecting with the user and with our consumers, our end consumers, and also hopefully new consumers. There is a culture in Lego, so we are focused on the consumer in a lot of ways. I think what social media has given us is actually the scalability part of it, because having a one-to-one conversation with a lot of consumers, it's very expensive to scale that globally. But with social media, we have gotten a tool that we are actually able to do that, and we're also able to also do it in real time. So instead of just having to tell all our community people to connect with the right communities, we can actually communicate in real time to a lot of people.
Okay. You know, we see a lot of brands that at some point say, yeah, I want to create my own platform for my community, or I want to create a community, and so I will do a new tool and create a platform, and usually it doesn't work. But you've created your own social platform, and I think it has been launched a few months ago, or a year ago. A year ago, sorry, I was wrong. So tell us a little bit about this platform.
And we actually have several platforms, and we try to combine the different platforms and the different social media offerings to different parts of the consumers or the different area and our consumers, and we try to target, and we've built some local platforms or some owned platforms targeting the very high affinity consumers, because they do some amazing work, they do some amazing builds, and we would like their creations actually to reach the mainstream audience and be seen by more people.
Can you be more specific about the different platforms?
Yes, we have a crowdsourcing platform called Lego Kuso, and that's Japanese for I wish. So on this platform, you can actually upload an image of a creation you have done yourself, and if you get more than 10,000 supporters, you will be able to be selected by the Lego company, and we will produce that product together with the idea creator, and we will also share some of the revenue with the idea creator. Okay, it's not you're stealing from them; it's you're partnering with them, right? Yes, it is, and it will be a real product, and we've been selling quite a lot of that those products that's been coming out. We've the last one that had a lot of success was Lego Minecraft, so actually a product combining the Minecraft computer game community and actually Lego. The other platform we have is called Rebrick, and it's a kind of a bookmarking service where you can bookmark Lego creations. So it's kind of a Pinterest just only for Lego creations. And I think I've seen a lot of companies not succeeding with building their own platforms. I've also seen a couple of that have. And I think it's important that if you decide to put and invest your time and resources in those platforms, it's a long-term game you're entering. It's not a campaign you're trying to do. It's really, you have to be in it for a very long time, because you cannot just start things up and ask the consumer to invest their time in it and then shut it down immediately. So you have to actually invest a lot of resources and a lot of long-term planning into this. And do these platforms target more like the kids or the parents? On social media, we're targeting above 13 years old. Oh, so we're primarily targeting them. On our own platforms, Lego.com, we also have social media sites, or actually, it's not like real social media, but we have bulletin boards where we have pre-moderation. So we will only target kids and talk to kids in a completely safe environment. And we have our own moderation, because we believe that is the best way that we can protect kids the most. Your own platforms, your own big platforms, you moderate. How many people are you? In my giant team, we are 5 or 6 people. But in total in Lego, we try to, again, it's about enabling the company. It's not about, our strategy is not about building up a huge global social media department. So we have educated more than 220 people in the company to actually do social media as part of their job. And that is people from the front line, and it's up to the top management. So I've had management courses where we spend a whole day using social media and going through all the gritty details with edge rank and all of that, and having them actually, and to see them actually, in the end of the day, going through a theoretical exam and also a practical exam where they have to put out a post on Facebook to 3.1 million people, and you suddenly see top managers actually becoming nervous and a bit shaky, because now it's going to be, it's very evident if they can actually do a post that engages the consumers. And when they do that and they can see the feedback they're getting, 500 likes in 2 minutes or whatever, I can hardly drag them out of the chair again and drag them away from the computer, because they become so excited about the connectivity they have, and I feel like that's the best change management that I can do towards the top management, is actually give them the kind of the social media moment. Yeah, when they've experienced it, just waiting for the next moment they will be able to share again, right? Sorry? They're just waiting for the next moment they will share on Facebook or on Twitter. It's addictive. It's very addictive, and I would like to actually, to change the company, I need to give them that kind of experience, not just the numbers. So very simple advice you could give will be take the CEO of your big company, put him in front of a Facebook page management with a few million people, and have him post something and see what and how people react, and he will. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we were talking about Facebook. Just in a few words, what are the main public platform you're targeting? Facebook, okay, and what else? We are on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram. It's just starting out on Pinterest. We are in Russia, VKontakte, and we have a couple of accounts on VKontakte, and we have a very localized version of Facebook. So we have Facebook accounts in Japan, the Asian markets as well.
And you're just starting on Pinterest. It hasn't been something, because all of like when you're creating a new Lego thing, I don't know how to say, but so it's very graphical. So
yeah, and I think the way that we go about it is that we basically try things out, see if it works, and make sure that we're able to change it and change it in the right direction as fast as possible. So we know that mothers are on Pinterest, and they are a gatekeeper for us as well, especially if we look at our products, our Duple products that are targeting kids between 2 to 5 years old. That is decided by mothers. So Pinterest is of course a very important platform for us, but we'll see out in a couple of years, a year or two, if we're able to actually engage moms in the right way.
And as a brand, you're also on Google+. Is it because of the video hangouts, or just to maintain a presence there?
I think we can see, for instance, on Facebook, we can see we have a lot of our main consumers, the low affinity consumers we have. We can see on Google+ and our owned platforms that they're very high affinity. So we can have different dialogues with different kinds of consumers, and we can target our messages and enter a different dialogue on the different platforms.
Okay. As we said, you've been working with a community of consumers like for a long time. What kind of impact did social media have when they came? Did it change the way Lego works with its community of consumers, or was it just an extension of what you were already doing?
I would go back to actually saying that the entrance and the use of social media has just made it even more important, and even more important also for the business, because we can see that we are able to create a huge reach. We're sometimes reaching about 20 to 25 million people just through our main Facebook page, and that is a kind of a number that from a business perspective is very important. So it's also becoming more visible for the company and for the management in the company that we actually have people, a lot of consumers, connecting with the brand in social media.
All right. Could you share some tips? Like I know it's kind of a stupid question like that to have like, yeah, could you share some tips and best use case? But still, you have like a very interesting experience on how to manage social media and how to manage social platforms globally. So, what's the key points you wanna share with us today?
Yeah, it's also a good question. I get it a lot from marketeers in the company and also other companies about what's the trick, what's what's the easy route to success in social media, and I have to tell them there are no easy routes to social media success. I think it's a lot about actually looking at the consumers and what kind of social needs they have. What do moms want to do in social media? They want to share images of their kids. Then you have to figure out a way that you can satisfy that need and connect your brand with that inherent social need they have. And that's kind of the trick we have. But I think that's actually just about being very honest in your communication and actually being very user-focused and consumer-focused in your whole approach to it. Because every time people are trying to use a trick, if it's in social media, it might work for a week, but then it's copied by the rest of the world, and we share it to a conference, and then everyone knows the trick, and it doesn't work anymore. So I think it's actually about being extremely focused on the consumers and the needs of the consumers, like in any other part of the business.
And the content you're using or creating for your social media management. No, don't say social media management anymore. Content is really key for you. I mean.
Yeah, but still, I think also connectivity is key, because if content is great, but if you don't have anybody connected to that kind of content, it doesn't really make sense. And I would rather say that actually it's all about getting the consumers in the center of attention and having them engage with the brand. It's not about a brand-to-consumer conversation. It's not about the conversation between the consumer and us. It's about consumers engaging with each other, and hopefully we'll be able to have our brand related to that conversation in some way, if hopefully in a good way.
I think it's a perfect conclusion. Thank you very much, Lars.
Thank you. You're welcome.
For joining us. Thank you.